If you've been following me over the last 3 weeks, you'll have seen that I've been on my quest to find my ultimate white rum because I absolutely love white rum daiquiris and mojitos. And I know there's a lot of you been following along with me because you want to find like the best white rum that you can for your money as well. I think white rums or light rums or lower aged rums, whatever you want to call them, I think they are so underappreciated in the rum world. And there's been quite a few new ones here that I've never had before, and quite a few revisits as well. And by revisits, I mean stuff that I've not had in 8, 10, 12 years. So this whole journey for me has been brilliant, and I just hope it's been brilliant for you guys as well. So just to quickly recap, in the first video, I looked at single, like English style of rums, English origin rums, but from a single distillery. And then in the second video, again, it was English style of rums, but we kind of went blended. So whether that was a blend of Jamaican and Barbados, and I also went for the UK rums as well, because we are creating some phenomenal stuff here in the UK. And then in video 3, I went for probably my favourite kind of style of light and white rums, and that was the Spanish origin and traditionally kind of column still. Now, it was in that third video where I kind of had this little epiphany. Hey rum fans, welcome back. My name's Steve the Barman, and I'm here to help you on your rum journey by mainly focusing on rums under 50 quid. So that epiphany was kind of like a guilty sensation. I just felt that I hadn't done myself any favours or justice to some of these rums, because I knew full well in video 3 there was going to be my favourite all-time white rum in there. And the whole point of this was to see whether it was still my favourite white rum. And this whole guilt kind of sensation came over me because I thought, do you know what? I should have done this all blind tasting. And that, boys and girls, is exactly what you've got coming up today. As I mentioned in that last video, these are all going to be blind tasted. What we've got here in front of us are the top scoring white rums. I'm still pretty satisfied with the scores that I gave them, and everything here out of the 30, I forget what it was now, 30 odd, 32, 34, 35 maybe, white rums that I tasted. These are the top 13, all scored. I scored them all 87 or above, 87 out of 100. So what's going to happen in a moment, you'll probably see her now actually on screen. I'm going to make the rest of these daiquiris up, and then I'm going to put the bottles away behind me, and then Mummy Barman's going to come in here and swap all these around. These are all numbered, and I'll run you through the orders. So we start there, down there, number 1, that's number 13, but there's also 2 wild cards coming out to play as well. Why have I done this? Well, what I actually went for Havana 3-year-old and Kingston 62. Now, they didn't just miss out. They missed out by a margin, but, and there were some closer ones, the UK rums especially, I scored a lot higher than these. But what I thought I had to do for my own peace of mind was include these, because these are potentially 2 of the cheapest. We're excluding Bacardi. Bacardi didn't do too well. But these are probably 2 of the cheapest white rums that most pubs, bars, or people at home would have, because these are both circa under £20 a bottle. So I wanted to see in a blind tasting, how do these really compete with what I've scored, like 87 or above. So we've got 1 to 13, and then we've got number 14 and number 14 and number 15. Now, how am I going to rank this? How am I going to score this? What I'm going to do is I'm going to rank them into 5 categories. So 1 star is going to be notable mentions. 2 stars, I'm giving a bronze. 3 stars, giving a silver. 4 stars is going to be gold. And then 5 stars, if there is any, and I think there will be, I've just got mind-blowing. That's what I've called that. I really want to find the best of the best. So let's cut to it. Let's get drinking some daiquiris. So then what you'll see, hopefully, these I've broken down into 5 distinct groups. My 1 stars, notable mentions, my 2 star bronzes, my 3 stars silver, 4 stars gold, and 5 stars. Wow, they are freaking damn good. Now, there's a couple of things to note here, just quickly. Hopefully you can sort of see me blind tasting just above my head there somewhere. There's a couple of things to note. I did try and find a favourite. I really wanted to pick one over the other 3 to say this is my favourite. I tell you, I can't really split them. I genuinely can't really split them. if I'm gonna be honest, that one there that I've put to that side, maybe, but you know, these are just another level above them, and they're another level above them, and it's I just couldn't. I really couldn't. You know, you don't want me to sit on the fence. I'm not going to do it. That's my favourite. That one there. But I tell you what, there's a hairline between them. They are flipping wow. Whatever they are flipping wow daiquiris. All three of those. But you don't want me to sit on the fence. I'm just going to say it. That's my favourite. Now, these coming down to this is really, really funny, because on tasting those, I'm like, they're just not in the same league as these, let alone these. They're really not. And I'm hoping that that's Havana and Kingston 62, bearing in mind that they did score a lot lower than the rest. But I genuinely don't know. There's just a gulf between them. So I may have got a few things wrong. The only thing you might notice, I'm not sure how well that's coming across on screen, but the only thing you might notice, I've got a 3 and a 3. I couldn't score. Basically what I think, right, there's a healthier alcohol kick in these three than what there is those. Now these are all measured and done exactly the same. I just think these are a bit more of an alcohol kick in those. And comparing blind, as lovely as they are, comparing blind, there's just something that doesn't give them like that, what have I called it, a gold. It's just something in those three that doesn't put them there. So I have to put them in there, you know, for a different reason that these are in there, because these three are better than those. If I wanted to break this down into 6 or 7 categories, I probably could, but I wanted to bring it down into 5. So these are grouped together as one, what we call this silver medals, but there's, I forget which one it is now. There's one that could be punching up there. It's just a bit too strong. I'll be honest, it's a bit too strong. For a daiquiri that I like, it's just a little bit too strong. So that's that. Let's dive into the reveal. Right, so we'll start down this end. My notable mentions. In theory, these should be better than everything I've got behind the bar here. But I'll be honest, one of these was kind of like... So I don't know. Let's just go for it. We'll go for the front first. So... I won't say enjoying, well, there's no last places. My first sort of notable mention, number 13, Santiago de Cuba. Okay. And then, wow, okay. Number 15. Oh, Kingston 62. All right. Yeah. I'm kind of happy with that. Kingston 62 did score dramatically lower. I think it scored 80. I can't see my other scores here, unless it's on. Yeah, no, it's there. It did score 80. So dramatically lower than a lot of these, but I felt I should put it in because of the price. It is so cheap. It's like 18 quid. But I'm completely happy with that. I'm justified with that. Let's get on to the bronze medals. There's just 2 in this category. Because these 6 go in silver. There's a notable difference between these 6 and these 2. So we'll go for this one first. These are bronze. So number 14, Havana 3-year-old. Where's that gone? Okay, all right. This scored closer to the rest of them. This did score 85, if I remember rightly. I think this scored 85 out of 100. And my cutoff was 87. So that was closer. I'm kind of happy with that. I am really, really happy with that because it wasn't as good as the rest of these. But Santiago's got me now. I'll tell you what I'm going to do in the next break. I'm going to have a little head-to-head. Santiago versus Havana, because that's really shocked me. Then the next bronze is number 10, Retribution. Okay, and I think I scored that pretty highly, actually. I should have had the rest of the scores up here. But Retribution and Havana. The only thing to note here, that is a hell of a lot cheaper than what that is. That's, I forget the actual price now, £34, £35. Go and watch the previous videos. I can't really split these two. There's no kind of, there's a massive gulf between these and those. I'm happy with that. I'm really, really happy with that. So Havana and Retribution get bronze. This is really interesting, tasting the difference between those. Because the other way, when I did this the other time, last video, and the Santiago did score higher than Havana. And I think a little part of me might have been a little bit biased in there. The reason I've scored Havana higher today, that is a lot easier drinking than what that is. But I think that's more rum forward. I think the Santiago has got more character in it. It's a freaking hot day today. I love daiquiris that just glide down, and that Havana does glide down for me. It's got a different chalk and cheese taste. You know, for 2 Cuban rums, chalk and cheese. They really are. I'm happy. I'm sticking with that. I'm happy. So let's move on to the silver. So remember, I've got 2 sort of segments here. These are, for me, better than those, but they're not as good as those. But there is this segment here where these are a lot punchier than what they are. So this is going to be interesting to see whether that's my palate or whether these are 3 stronger rums, because we have got some 47s in here. And do you know what? I'm still really happy that Chairman's, what's the other one? Chairman's, Dawley's, Ron Cuba's, Santa Teresa aren't in there. I'm so happy now. It's like, yes, my little palate has justified myself. Right, let's crack on with this one. So number 9 is Lazy Dog. Lazy Dog, okay, that's number 9. Number 12, Matusalem. Brand new to me, hadn't really tried that. Decent. And then this one, this was a lower ABV one, 11, Plantation, 3 stars. Okay. So, silver medals. Those. Lovely daiquiris. Really are. There is, as I keep saying, a big gulf between those 2 and these 3. Easily on the taste. Easily. For me. I'm quite happy with that. I am genuinely quite happy with that. So, let's get on to these. These have to be stronger rums. They do. They have to be. So, number 8. Lost Years. Oh, right, that's 1. So, Lost Years is Navy Strength, 54.5% ABV. That you can just taste it. I mean, 40% versus 54.5%, an extra 14.5%. You get the alcohol kick. It's a lovely daiquiri. It's just that extra tasting blind. It's just like, oh, I like that, but I prefer that sort of thing. That's exactly what it is. So, let's go that one at the front to get that out of the way. Number 6. Yes, 6, not 9. Number 6. Diplo. Again, yes, that is a stronger one. Diplo is 47% as well. 47, yeah. Okay. And then this one. What's this one then? Number 2. Dawley's. Wow. I forgot Dawley's was the 47% one. Wow, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I'm happy with that. And the reason I did that, if you watched the first video, Dawley's was a wow for me. And 90. That was my highest scoring one. As silver medals, fantastic daiquiris. Right, these aren't my gold medals. These two, I was, as I keep saying, there's a hell of a difference between those and those. A hell of a difference. I'm just looking down at the moment. So we are missing Flor de Caña. We are missing Ron Cube. We are missing Chairman's Reserve. We are missing Santa Teresa. What's the other one we're missing? What are we missing? Brugal. We're missing Brugal. Right. Wow. And these did score very highly. Those did score way high. They were like 80. They were 90s and 89s. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm feeling very good right now. I'm going to be devastated if Cube is one of these. I'm going to be absolutely devastated, but we're going to go with it. I'm so happy it's not one of those. I'm so happy. Right. Number 7. Brugal. So Brugal. I tell you what, there's a little piece coming now. I'm going to have a little sum up in a second. So Brugal there. And what's this one then? 5. Number 5. Flor de Caña. Wow. I know what the top 3 are then. Do you know what? Gold medals, under 20 quid a bottle. Is there a difference between the Brugal? Hang on, which one was Brugal? 7. Is there a difference between the Brugal and the Flor de Caña? I can't split them. I genuinely can't split them. You serve those two, either of those two to me, and I am as happy as, I was going to say a pig amongst, but I'm as happy as Larry, because they are phenomenal daiquiris. Brugal, I completely forgot about Brugal. You know, I've paid so much attention to Flor de Caña in this last year because it's great, but I completely forgot about Brugal. Brugal is a storming brand, absolutely storming brand, and cheap. I used to, as I mentioned in the last deal, I used to have pouring deals with Brugal. They were that good. 10 years later, I've completely forgot about them. Completely forgot. 18 quid a bottle, I think that was. Something ridiculous like that. That's a stunner. I can't split them. I can't. I know what they are now. I was going to say just on this number 7. Yeah, Brugal. I was just going to say just on this, maybe number 7. I can't. I'm being biased now. I'm not going to give you either or on those two. They're fantastic. They are absolutely fantastic. Love them. So we've reorganised to make room for the winners. These are my 5 stars, mind-blowing daiquiris. I didn't want to sit on the fence. I wanted to give you a winner, which I'm saying that one. But, you know, we are talking minuscule differences. Minuscule. On another day, I'm going to pick one of these two. And I really hope to God that's Cube. I really hope to God. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I think, I'm not going to say. These to me scream sort of column. This is slightly different. This is a bit fruitier. If I'm going to have an educated guess, I'm thinking this is Chairman's. As an educated guess, it's also got a little bit more to it, but it's a bit funner and fruitier. Oh my God, that is so good. It's so good, so good. But these two are phenomenal. I mean, they are completely different. If I had 10 categories, you might have given that a 10 out of 10 and those two 9 out of 10s and go down that way. But, you know, out of 5, gold star or whatever we call it, mind blowing. Brilliant. Right. I'd love that to be Cube. I really don't think it is. I'd love it to be Cube, but I don't think it is. Let's go. Let's go. So we're going this one. We'll go this one at the back just to create room. Number 4, Santa Teresa. Look, do you know what? Never had Santa Teresa. I don't think I've ever had a Santa Teresa rum. And that, when I tasted that, blew me away. Stunning. Absolutely stunning rum. And I really want to try the other Santa Teresas now because that was amazing. Neat in a daiquiri. I could do so much with that. It's got so much character to it. I genuinely love that rum. That's... yeah, well played, Santa Teresa. I don't know how it's not been on my radar. Really don't. I'm so excited to try it. 1796, I think it is. I'm so excited to try that now. But that is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Right. Please. Do you know what? I don't care. I love Chairman's Reserve. I love Cube. Cube is my passion brand. I'd love that to be Cube. I don't think it is. No, it's Cube. Oh, I'm gutted. It's not my favourite daiquiri. I'm gutted. I'm not gutted. I'm not. Do you know what? So this has got to be number 1, Chairman's Reserve. Do you know what? 43% ABV. I'm not gutted at all. I mean, that again is the first time I've ever had that, and that blew me away as well. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Cube, rest in peace, Cube. No, I'm serious. I love Cube. Do you know what? Absolutely adore it. You would never, if I sat on the fence, you would never have known any difference. I would have claimed all 3 of those were my absolute favourites. Couldn't split them, but there was just a marginal difference. Fruity, non-fruity. I was right though, wasn't I? Column still versus something a little bit extra. Fascinating. So I'm going to have to do a summing up very quickly because I just really want to touch on price as well as much as anything here. I'm genuinely happy with that result. I can't conflict. I love Cubase. I will always have a soft spot for Cubase, always. But the Chairman's Reserve did blow me away. But so did that Santa Teresa. So just going back on prices, I've got them all up here now. So £25, your price. Master of Malt, your prices, not mine, your prices. £25, £22.99, 23 quid. That is phenomenal value for money. 23 quid, amazing. And as I've discussed, where is it? 24.44. As I've discussed, look, should that be a couple of quid cheaper? Possibly. They're a tiny, minuscule brand without the support, without that. They're doing phenomenal things. It's a great, great run. It's cheaper than Chairman's. I'm going to find the positives out of Cuba. I love it. I absolutely love it. But that, out of those three, I have to say, that's my star find because 20, all right, where is he? So where do we go? 22.99, 2 quid cheaper than Chairman's Reserve, so 23 quid. You could argue that an extra 2 quid and you've got a better rum, slightly minuscule better. If 2 quid's neither here nor there, that's either or. But column versus, I forget what Chairman's is now. It's a bit of column, it's a bit of pot. You might use a bit of their agricole in there, or cane juice rum, I should say, in there. I don't know how that white is actually made. But 2 completely different styles, and you can taste it in the daiquiris, but head and shoulders above everything else here. But we have to talk about these two. We do. Flor de Caña, £20.50. Brugal, £17.95. I'm not joking. I know there's a lot of love for Kingston 62. I know that. Is that actually on camera? Let's put that. I know there's a lot of love for Kingston 62. I promise you, I absolutely promise you, for the same price, if not 5p cheaper, where's Kingston? 5p cheaper, get your Brugal. Serious to God, get your Brugal. That, it blows that out of the water. Completely demolishes it. Completely and utterly demolishes it. That is a great run. But again, you know, £20 and 50p, you can't split those two. I generally don't think you can. The Brugal, loved. Flor de Caña, I've loved for a long, long time. I am so happy with my top 5. There's not one here that obviously I would love to have seen like Lazy Dog and Retribution do a bit better, and Lost Years. And to be fair, Plantation 3 stars. I would have loved to have seen that up there. But if we're talking English styles of rum, or that sort of style, that Chairman's Reserve versus that, there is no flipping competition. And price, 25 versus, where is it? £22.50, say.